Well, I'm going to go on another ride. A good friend of mine, on my counsel, advice, encouragement, bought a Specialized Diverge. He looked at the Cirrus, but he's used to riding with the drop bars, so he bought the Diverge. And so we're going to take a ride tonight. I think it's about, we're going to do about 20 miles. All right, well, we finished the second ride of the day. I was out with a friend of mine. And interesting, we did 18.8 miles. He's a more experienced rider than me. Just bought a brand new Diverge from Specialized, kind of at my recommendation. At least it was my recommendation to go to the shop, the Bonnie Blake bike shop where I bought my Specialized, and he had determined he was going to buy a Specialized. He was going to buy a Sirrus like mine, and then just changed his mind. He's used to riding with the drop bars, and so just decided he needed to do that. Interesting couple of things. Well, first of all, so he uses Map My Ride to track his rides, but he has it on auto pause so that the machine knows to stop and not calculate the wait time at stoplights and things like that. I'd never thought about using it. And so we rode the very same ride, the same time. He was a little bit faster in some places than me, but we got done at the same time. And his Map My Ride said that he did something like 14.6 mile average, 14.6 miles an hour. Map My Ride says I averaged 10 miles an hour, and then Strava says I averaged 12.5 miles an hour. So that's kind of an interesting differences there with that. I'm also going to show on this the different Fitbit heart rate for this morning's ride and this evening's ride. This morning I was by myself. I wasn't on, I just, pushed myself like I normally do. I push pretty hard, but like I normally do. Tonight, because of him, I was pushing. He drove me kind of all the way. I really had to work pretty hard most of the way because riding with him. And he likes to go up hills, and so the route we took had several hills. I do everything I can to stay off of the hills and not to ride up hills if I can get by without it. And so anyway, but the interesting thing is, while I felt like I worked a lot harder tonight, I felt like I had to push the entire time, and we had those hills, so my legs were burning on a lot more than sometimes. My heart rate really was, I averaged a better heart rate, a higher heart rate this morning than I did in tonight's ride. So anyway, I'll show you those.